Guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with
Hey,
Keitu. How are you doing?
Good and you?
I'm good, thanks. It's another snack and chat video. I'm starting like a new series, which is called Young Success. It's basically about how did you get where you are? What steps did you take in terms of studying, in terms of meeting the right people, in terms of your school background from high school to varsity?
So I matriculated at St. Catherine's Convent in Florida, and then I moved on to UJ to study a BCom accounting, like everyone else that goes to UJ.
That is actually true.
Then after my degree, I did my honors in accounting with the tax specialization.
When you were in school, what did you want to become? Like when you were
a chartered accountant. So the aim when I was in school was to become a CA, because that was back then the end thing, and what they told you, making money.
Yeah.
And those are the people that were making money.
Yeah, still are though.
And then those are the people that there's a shortage of in the country. So
the shortage. Everybody got the shortage question. What point did it change? First, second, third year, final year, honors?
I think second year. So the more you speak to people, the more you do in school, the more you see different things, then you start to tune into originally what your mind was. Because also the CA thing, I think, was also a parental thing. It was cool to say my child is studying to be a CA.
Yeah.
But full 3 years, completed my article.
This is shocking.
I know, right? But I think that I wouldn't change that, because that helped me to learn more about businesses. So it helped me learn a lot about business and just how businesses run. So that I think was good for me. Then I wouldn't change that. So when I left articles, I moved on to Nolan's. Nolan's is also another medium-sized firm, and at the time they were looking for managers. So I went and I worked there for about a year and a half. And then I left there to go and work for Sage, Pastel Accounting.
Oh, wow.
But I moved then completely from the audit world into more of a marketing and sales world. So then I left Sage to start a business with some partners, Mediwell Medical Center at Denton Square. That's the first time I left corporate to go straight into business.
Yeah.
Because they're an incubator or ESD, Enterprise and Supply Development Company. So then they asked me to come in and do business coaching for some of their businesses. In that journey is when I then met up with the guys at Quartal Capital. So I've moved a lot.
You have?
I've moved a lot. I think I've had a 1.5 year span in all my roles.
The role that you're in, what are you?
So we do SMME development and funding. So we are in the ESD space. So we do enterprise and supply development. So we help companies implement the enterprise and supply development programs. So through funding, through development work, we are the implementation partners of that.
Are you fulfilled?
Absolutely. I mean, the job is nice because you do stuff beyond yourself.
Yeah.
See success.
Speaking of the money they get, is there any time you're like, so like, this is unfair?
All the
people are like eating so well though, hey?
No, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I mean, you're writing a memo to fund the person 6 million, you're like, also want.
Now, if someone the outsider looking in thinking, oh my gosh, like Keitu is established, like she's actually come a long way and she's clocking it and she's getting ahead within the career space. When you look at what you've done and how far you've come, right, from varsity until the working space, do you feel like it was important, or it is important for the foundation of varsity?
Foundation is good.
Yeah.
Important and necessary. Because you can't, I mean, experience is good, but with an education foundation, I think it just gives you a little bit of a upper hand. I think in this type of environment, I mean, it's very, you need to have it. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be accounting, but whatever speciality that you're coming from, accounting, law, engineering, whatever, you need the expertise, and also people trust you more.
Yeah. So that's the real thing. Like a degree.
People trust you more. It gives you credibility.
Yes. The education that you've received and where you are now, what do you think are the challenges that women face, especially in such a male-dominated role as just corporate. If you can't even go any corporate in general, whether you're in accounting, law, in mining, management, it's just male dominated. What do you think are the things that really are a stumbling block to get you in the executive table and speaking your truth?
I think for young women, right, the things I once went to an interview and I was asked, when are you planning to fall pregnant?
Oh wow.
Because
wait, so you're just in this interview and they're like,
because also for a lot of the times, especially when you go into an executive role, right?
Yeah, they're scared.
Or into a management role, they become scared because 4 months of you not being there.
It's a lot.
And in reality and in humanity, you need it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, firstly, it's the maternal things that are a bit of a challenge for women because it is what it is.
Yeah.
Then secondly, it's also because we don't, or in the past, we grew up quite submissive. A lot of women take that into the boardroom also.
Wow.
Or they take that into work, and then you're unable to express yourself the way you would have wanted to.
But in the same space, right? With you saying that women, yes, they are the women that are submissive. When you put the submissive woman in the boardroom, are they listened to more, or are they overstepped and underlooked and overlooked?
I think they're overlooked because most times you don't even say your opinion. The problem comes when you don't say your opinion. And when you're not saying what's on your mind and when you're not putting in the input that is required from you. But the submissive person, you never actually say what you want to say, so you're always overlooked and you're always the yes ma'am.
The biggest problem that I think women, and especially black women, face in corporate is you're either on one side of the scale or the other. It's either you're too submissive or you're the angry black woman that wants power. So you must know when to address what. So we're almost dealing with a second, either your father or your husband within that boardroom.
That's it.
When a woman is in a boardroom, an executive, exco, whatever, her opinion, if it is not up to par, it's already judged as, but this is why we don't trust women.
Yeah, you're right.
But on the second level, it's if you're too overpowering and you want to check and you want all the check and balances, it's like, ICC, calm down. It's not that deep.
You're right.
How do you win? How do you get about it? Want to know? Tell us your opinion. Do you feel like it's delivery or it's content?
I think both, hey?
Yeah.
I think both. So the content matters because, like you said, if you off the mark, then people are just like, this is why.
Yeah.
You see, women are coming with problems. This is why. I think if you know what you're talking about and you are sure about what you're talking about, sometimes it's also delivery because there's people that confidence does a lot, hey? Because once you're confident, your thing comes out like you know what you're talking about.
What's happening?
And what's happening.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit of both. You also can't bring emotions into it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which I think something that I've learned a lot in my current role.
Yes.
Because then otherwise you just die. You always go home upset and angry. So you have to almost have balls of steel.
I'm speaking from a law background and legal background. When you come into a space, first of all, on the face of it, law is superficial, right? It's all about what you look like. What you look like means that you're smart enough. That's on the standard. Now, a woman already there's a presentation aspect of it. So when you come looking good, it's already, okay, so she's one of those. Yeah. It's either you're a makeup child or you're something. Yeah. You're either a woke or you're, this one is for Amma Weaves. Yeah. Like, let's actually test her. She's smart. Nah? Then when you've proved your smartness, now you're in the pool of, should I be strong or should I be the pushover? And you have to tip the scale of the pushover until you can never snap it. I'm a pushover until this topic. Yeah. Here I'm not moving on.
Yeah.
But men can be freely men. If a man gets up in the boardroom and says this is unacceptable and points at another man will never tell him he's emotional. No, that's normal.
No, that's normal.
That's normal,
right?
You know what I mean?
That's normal.
So
they can see each other, they can do whatever.
It's normal.
And it's normal.
It's normal. So this is the part where I find, like, how do you advise someone that's coming from New J, knowing that she's about to do her article. Well, all she knows is UJ. You know what I mean? And now she's in front of client trying to explain herself to a alpha male that no, this is what I'm trying to do.
I think also if you don't know, hey, ask. Ask, because a lot of people try and do things not clear of what's needed to be done. Because there's nothing like going to a client and then you're asking, you yourself are not sure what you're asking. I mean, when you start work, you have quite a lot of resources around you that can help you. You have your seniors, you have your managers, and whatever other resource that you have around you. Ask. Always ask and make sure, because why? Clever people ask. Because then otherwise you're going to avoid embarrassing yourself and looking like an idiot in front of clients and also in front of your colleagues. Because also always make sure what your outcome is. Because then if you know the outcome of what you're trying to do, the client is not going to intimidate you when they ask questions, because then you'll be able to answer the questions clearly. Young people these days, right? They come into the workspace and then they want to jump up to be like Keitu. But you forget Keitu's been in this space 10 years. We are not going to be the same. We cannot compete at the same level.
100%.
So if anything, you should be leeching off me and using me to get to where you want to be.
100%. I think that's something that isn't mentioned enough, actually. I'd say be confident, ask, know the outcome of what you're going there for. Things that they should watch out for in corporate, from your experience as a woman in corporate, things that happen, but you shouldn't be a whistleblower. Don't be a whistleblower.
Also, people are not your friends at work.
Yeah.
I think when people go to work, you need to also know that.
Oh, but work environment is important though, Keitu.
You go to work, yeah, but when you start work, I mean, you're all going there to go and pretty much compete for the same roles, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're starting off. So, go to work to go do your work.
Yeah.
People are always looking out for themselves, so you also have to look out for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? And then, thirdly, be smart. Always have evidence of every single thing that you do. Do phone calls and not record it on email. You have to be there as per our email conversation. Because people will come at you and you'll have no evidence.
Yeah.
And then you'll like over a silly thing, you'll lose out on big things or a promotion or whatever. So always have evidence in everything in a workspace.
Yes.
Or especially if you're working with clients, because you always have difficult clients. Clients will always come and try and snub and whatnot. Have your trail and know your story.
Can I just say, guys, outside of work, even in real life, people have amnesia. So you can just imagine when money's on the line, amnesia.
So I think I've learned just write things down.
Yeah.
Write things down. Thirdly, treat everyone right.
Be fair.
Be fair. Treat everyone right. People might not treat you fair, but be fair. Speak up. If something has upset you, also one thing that I've learned, speak up. If your manager upsets you, rather write them an email and say, you know what you did the other day, I didn't appreciate it.
I'm sorry to say, but it's bad, but the sexual harassment is real, you know. If you're going into a workspace, especially if the firm is medium to small or even big, sexual harassment is real. Subtle sexual remarks are real. As a woman going into that space, you have to be very careful about how you bring it up, who you bring it up to, and the extent at which it makes you uncomfortable. I've been a victim of sexual harassment. It's very uncomfortable, especially if it's not in your work and it's your clients. Like, I really can't, because I went to this other meeting and I was hugged inappropriately. Why are we hugging clients? I don't know, but Black people, sometimes we go over and above. We go over and above for some reason that I don't understand. So I had to just tell my boss, and I told I can't go back there. Like, I literally feel like I'm a piece of meat, you know? There's certain people you can convince about the fact that you know what you're talking about, and then there's certain people that just regard you as another Black girl that thinks they're smart, you know? You need to be confident about your smarts as soon as you leave. You know, don't go to work thinking you're getting validation from your good work, because that red pen will run through. Hey,
That's it.
it will run through like until it's dry, and it's a confidence. It's there for you to know that I'm not here as your mom to tell you you're doing a good job. I'm here to tell you that if it's not up to par, it's not up to par, and accept that.
You don't know the work.
Exactly.
That's a different environment altogether.
100%. So just be aware of that space. Like, are you proud of you?
Mostly.
Why mostly?
Mostly. I mean, you do, because we're human, you always want more, right?
More. Is that more in terms of financial? Is that more in terms of academic achievement? Is that more
Both.
relationship?
Both.
Yeah.
So both. So one thing I still want to do is my MBA. See, if I had that in my head, I should have. That's something that should be on my CV now.
It's coming though. It's coming. Someone else out there has an MBA and is like, wow, her experience is amazing.
Yeah.
And I have an MBA and I can't even account for as much experience as she has. You have a child. What is one thing that you would tell your child of the world that you've experienced that you feel you weren't told?
Live in the now. You know, there's so much peace in living in the now and living in the moment. Also live free. Live free, but also protect your peace. The biggest thing now in my life is peace. If peace means you're in a classroom teaching kids, do that.
Yeah.
If peace means then do right for yourself first before you can do right for other people.
Final words. What would you tell yourself? What would you like yourself to remember about yourself when you watch this back? And what would you like to have known?
So even at 40, I just want to look back and have no regrets. Just be at peace with who I am, what I'm doing, what I've done in the years. Stick true to my values, stick true to what I believe in.
And thanks so much, Keitu, for coming. Kamu's behind the camera. She's literally right there. She's had enough. She's like, I'm tired, I'm bored. Okay. So, without further ado, Kamu, we're putting you out of your misery. Goodbye, guys. Thanks for watching.